New Zealand versus the US dollar, support and resistance. This is simple to actually trade, way simple. But to understand support and resistance, we have to go back way back to understand the candlesticks. The candlesticks, it's very simple to understand. We have a candlestick for sell, which is colored green or blue. We have a candlestick for buy, which is colored red. Now, on this candlestick, we have open price, we have close price. The only thing that we're really looking for in actually analyzing the resistance and support is higher price and lower price. On lower price, this is where we're looking to buy. Higher price, this is where we're looking to sell. But then when we sell or buy, we need these two candlesticks to form a party. And when they form a party, they form the structure as to making a buy or sell when we're using this one. So in this case, when we mark the area of support and resistance, we use open price and higher price. We use only these two prices, but we need to find the highest of highest price or open price that is actually higher or low. Depending of if right now we are making to have a buy, we must have a sell candlestick and a buy candlestick. If we're looking to make a sell, we must have a buy candlestick and a sell candlestick. Let me show you on the chart so that you can actually gain a better view and understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, let's look at this area here. We see that we have a candlestick that is actually red, we have a candlestick that is actually green. So in this area, we are expecting to make a buy to the upside. When we buy, remember, we are using a time frame, and time frame shows us that is this a lowest of the day or lowest or highest of the day. If right now we are using a 4 hours, you will be trading in a weekly, so meaning that you should be looking for a highest of the week or let's say 4 hours time frame. We are looking for highest of the week or lowest of the week. So meaning that if right now you can look at this. This is gold, by the way. 21 is 21 April, but it's showing here 17 April, which means it's actually started a new week. That last week was 17 April. Now, when you look here, this is the highest of the week, and if we go to a smaller time frame, that's where we'll be able to get these selling opportunities on gold. But then if we go to 4 hours, we're trading on the highest of the week, and if we go to a daily, we're trading in the highest of the month or lowest of the month. If we go to a weekly, we are trading on the highest or lowest of the year. That is way important. And how do you see that we're using these period separators? And that's something that you should learn if you actually join my mentorship program, whereby I'll be able to share that information with you. Now, not every opportunity will work, and I want to share the reality of what's happening. That's why we're using lessons that, or we're using chart that I had not analyzed before. So now, when you look at here, this area where we were looking to make a buy. Yes, indeed, they induced a buy, though we made a loss. But when we look at this is just a structure. Confirming an entry, we need to have a candlestick pattern or candlestick that are actually happening in a smaller time frame. This is because this is 5 minutes. We are looking for having candlestick that form from 1 minute to 5 minutes, which means we must find a candlestick that is actually within a range of 1 to 5 minutes, because we are analyzing the structure on 5 minute time frame to find this is a support. Support is below and resistance is above. For some of the beginners who don't understand support and resistance. Now, on resistance, this is where we're actually expecting to buy. The market, we don't control it. It can just turn out of the blue and go to a different direction, because right now we were expecting for it to come here to make a sell, but we can't make the sell without the market completing or filling those these areas for it to come here and confirm an entry that yes, indeed, this is an entry. So now when we look at here, we have what we call a breakout. A breakout only happens after this candlestick close and it comes back to the area where it broke, and now this is an area where we are actually looking to make a sell. And this area, since it's a breakout, we call it breakout. We have another tutorial on this channel so that you can learn how to actually spot a breakout properly and be able to trade it. Now, when we look at this area here, this is the area where we're actually expecting to make a sell opportunities. Then this is the breakout, and we still have the marked area that was supposed to have an area for us to buy. Now, we counted 1, this is number 2, and when it comes back here, this is now number 3. On number 3, we're expecting now to make a sell, right? And when we have to make a sell, we have to confirm the entry here using candlestick pattern. So when it comes back here as a breakout and retest, we have to have a sort of an engulfing, a morning star, evening star, depending on if you are buying or selling. Those are the patterns that happen, and these patterns, they only happen on the structure whereby you'll be actually looking to sell and when to sell, looking to buy. So they only occur here. If they occur in anywhere, you are not looking to trade them. The morning star, the evening star, the hammer, the dojis, you are not looking to trade on those patterns. Though, if right now you really understand what's happening, then you'll be able to use them on the structure, exactly at the structure. Now, this is how you'll be able to see. Now, what do we call this when it comes here? Is a breakout and resistance, yes, but then in terms of support and resistance, this is now our resistance because it's above. Is above. So a resistance is above and a support is below, which means its supporting area is a resistant area, right? Now, it can continue to do like that, and this area here where we're looking to make a buy, that's our support area. Are we together? Now, if we look at another example, maybe let's say, let's look at example of US tech over here. You can see we have so many areas where we actually have to make a sell. This is an area where we have to make a sell. And if we just extend the horizontal line like that, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, which means on number 2, we're making sell. Number 3, we're making sell. Number 4 here, we're making a sell. And if we place another one here below here, this one did not come, which means it turned on the way. We had another one here, and this one broke, which means it's no longer a trade. Now you get to see the reality of the market, and we can keep marking this area. You can see this one was a buy, though it actually went down. We had another area here that was small. We made a sell here. Now let's mark another area here. We had another area here, and this is the area where we had a sell. Now, when you have all these areas of sells and buys and buying, you must understand probability and possibility in the market. Now, probability, we can just put a P. Let's say this is possibility and this is probability. Now, possibilities, we're talking about all these trades that we're just marking the structure, the backbone of what is there and what is not there, or what worked and what did not work. And on probability, we're looking at the certain of something happening, which means now we are confirming an entry pattern that is actually happening, which means if right now on number 2 we had an engulfing, this engulfing, let's say it happened here, which means these two, they are linked together. We can see the engulfing is something like this, which means the candlestick that is red, that is going down, is engulfing the previous candlestick that is actually green. And in that way, we now know that we had a sell opportunity. And where do we sell? We sell here. Where we set a stop loss? We set a stop loss above. But we don't just set a stop loss above. We can use a market structure. We can use a backtested data to understand that out of this one, let's say right now on this one, we were risking 300 points or 400 points. We were actually trading the Nasdaq, or we are risking 1,500 points, because on the Nasdaq we don't have 300 points, though on gold we do have 300 points. Now, when we reached on 1,500 points on a Nasdaq, when we look at this one here, we will risk the same points, which means we are fixing them. We're no longer having a dynamic risk, which means the risk cannot just be changing. In this case, we cannot be risking $15 here and here be risking, let's say, 20 or 25. We can't just do that. Are we together? So the risk, we fix the risk, we fix the risk. So that's how we actually spot and identify the resistance and support. And we can just use the chart, and on the chart what you can do, you can just use this icon over here just to use this the horizontal line here, and you can just use it like that. You can just tap and hold. When you tap and hold, you'll be able to see this pencil icon over here. You can edit it so that you can change the pixel to 4. You can change it to here, and let's just hold it again. For some of you who did not see, and you can just move it like this, move it to 5, and then you just click on save over here. Then you have your horizontal line, which means you'll be able to mark the areas which is down below here. You can see this is the area where we're actually expecting to make a buy, and this is actually daily time frame, by the way. And we had an area here. You can see these two areas. This one had a buy here, and we can just mark these areas, keep marking these areas, and this was the breakout. And now this one was now a support, because it broke and continued to go to the upside. We can zoom in for you to be able to see. You can see we broke to the upside, and we can just have 2 lines, because one line can be here, another one can be here. Simple and straightforward. So we can just keep doing this and over again, which means we are repeating the same thing. And this is what is called creating a system. The perfect one that happened is this one here. You can see these two areas here. We had a sell down below, which was beautiful. Can you see that? So this is how we mark the support and resistance. If you're still new and you have some difficulties, this is what I actually went through, but then you will get through. You just have to take your time and make sure that you keep learning, you keep doing this over and over again, so that you can gain the more information and understand. So the possibilities, you count how many trades you got, whether they win or loss doesn't matter, and then after that, probability, you count how many they win, how many they lost. On the winning one or the wins one, the one that you've made a win, you check the candlestick pattern over there, because each and every asset has its own candlesticks that happen. And if right now we're looking for other of us, we're looking for engulfing for Nasdaq or US Tech, because this is Nasdaq, by the way, will be not the same as when you're trading the NZD USD, will not be the same in terms of points where you place the sell here and the risk here. So make sure that you double check it, you go through it, you check it out, and you check all the wins that happened on number 3 or number 3. You can check here. You can also check here. This is another support here, area number 1, number 2. So now you can see how you can be able to make a buy, make a sell. I trust you do have an understanding. I love you all. Stay blessed. For those who need lessons, check the link in the description below to chat with me. If you have any issue, let me know, please. If you actually someone who's actually new, take your time, trade on demo, use the links that I provided for the broadcast that I recommend in the link in the description below. You can just check the bio if you're watching this video on TikTok. Stay blessed. I love you all.